Good morning, class. Standard 8 Physical Educations. Today's chapter Volleyball Notes Continuations. Last week we were saying first referee, second referee, responsibilities and duties. Now this is continuations, the scorer. Same as locations, responsibilities during the match, period to the match, at the end of the match. Same thing scorer also do. What is his responsibilities? Now location of the scorer. The scorer performs his functions seated at the scorer table on the opposite side of the court facing the first referee. Now responsibilities. He keeps the score sheet according to the rules, cooperating with the second referee. He uses buzzer or other sound device to notify irregularities or give signals to the referees on the basis of his responsibilities. Now, prior to the match, the scorer registered the data of the match and teams, including the name and the number of libero player according to the procedures in force, and obtain the signatures of the captains and the coaches. Records the starting lineup of each team from the lineup sheet. If he fails to receive the lineup sheet on time, he immediately notifies this fact to the second referee. In case the coach is not given lineup sheet before start of the each set, so when scorer is not received the lineup sheet from the coach, immediately you have to inform the second referee that team is not given the lineup sheet. During the match, the scorer record the points scored, control the serving order of the each team, and indicates any error due to the referee immediately after the service hit. Any wrong service did or rotational fault or something regarding substitutions, players standing in wrong positions, likewise. Scorer is empowered to acknowledge and announce requests for player substitutions by use of buzzers, controlling their number, and records the substitution and timeouts, inform the second referee, announces to referees the end of the sets and the scoring of 8 points in the deciding set. Suppose referee is busy with their game, so between their in stop after the team reaches 8 points, then scorer can remind the referees that team has to change the court. Records any sanctions and improper request. Any punishment as given, you have to record on the score sheet respective players or team's name. Records all other events as instructed by the second referee, that is exceptional substitutions, recovery time, prolonged interruptions, external interference, etc. Exceptional substitution means player got injuries, that is called exceptionals, that is out of the rules of substitutions. Recovery time, the player, if you get injury, how many times recovery times, that is 3 minutes, will be given to the player, that is called recovery time. Prolonged interruption means something has happened, maybe injured, suddenly player get injured, then rain comes and power goes, the spectators do likewise, like a prolonged and external. Ground may become wet, likewise. Controls the interval between sets. At the end of the match, the scorer records the final result. In case of protest with the previous authorization of the first referee, writes or permits the team game captain to write on the score sheet a statement on the incident protested. In case of any protest given by any captain, the decision of the first referee, the team captain may register his protest on the score sheet. After signing the score sheet himself, obtain the signature of the team captain and then the coaches. So this is the scorer duties and responsibilities. Now all international matches there is the assistant coach is required. Assistant scorer is compulsory. Now locations. The assistant scorer performs his functions seated beside the scorers at the table, scorer's table. Responsibility. He records the replacements involving the libero player. He assists the administrative duties of the scorer's work. Should the scorer become unable to continue his work, the assistant scorer substitute for the scorer. Prior to the match and set, the assistant scorer prepares the libero control sheet, prepares the reserve score sheet. During the match, the assistant scorer records the details of the libero replacements and notifies the referees of any fault of the libero replacement by using the buzzer. Start and ends the timing of technical timeout. Operate the manual scoreboard on the scorer's table. Checks that the scoreboards agree. Scoreboards agree means scoreboard is showing some number and the official scorer is saying stating some point, so that finally the scorers what he recorded that score only go to scoreboard, not rectified. That means scorer's table is final authorities. If necessary, update the reserve score sheet and gives to the scorer. At the end of the match, the assistant scorer signs the libero control sheet and submit it for checking. Sign the score sheet. So this is assistant scorer duties. Now I will come to the line judges. There is international matches, 4 line judges compulsory, 4 corners they will stand in the free zone area. Normally you have seen the Olympic games, somebody is watched in the game TV. 4 line judges holding the red flag and showing in and out, raising the flag down and upwards. Likewise. Now locations. If only 2 line judges are used, they stand at the corners of the court closest to the right hand of each referee, diagonally at 1 to 2 meters from the corner. All the using 2 lines judges. They will stand one at the first referee right hand side, one is second referee right hand corner. They will cover end line and side line, other one end line, side line they will cover. Each one of them controls both end line and side lines on his side. For FIVB World Official Competition, it is compulsory to have 4 line judges, as I told you earlier. They stand in the free zone. They stand in the free zone at 1 to 3 meter from each corner of the court on the imaginary extension of the line that they control. Now, responsibilities of the line judges. Normally line judges, they will wear a red flag, 40 into 40 centimeter flag. They will show ball landed inside the court, then they indicate the flag downwards to the ground. If a ball landed outside the boundary line, they will raise the hand, raise the flag upwards and show that that ball is landed outside. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up across the chest, then brush the flag this way. If a ball touched by any blocker, then they will keep up acro that is touched out by the blockers. Likewise, the line judges perform their functions by using 40 into 40 centimeter flags as given by FIVB. They bowl in and out whenever the ball lands near the lines. The touches of out balls by the team receiving the ball, the ball touching the antenna, the served ball crossing the net outside the crossing space, etc. If a ball crosses the outside antenna or outside the net of the crossing space, it goes under the net, everything they'll watch. The ball touching the antenna, the served ball crossing net outside the crossing space, etc. Any player except the server stepping out of his court at the moment of the service hit, the foot fault of the server, any contact with the antenna on their side of the court by any player during his action of playing the ball or interfering with the play, ball crossing the net outside the crossing space into opponent's court or touching the antenna on his side of the court. At the first referee request, a line judge must repeat his signal, because both the referees not seen ball landed outside or inside or touched by blocker. Then you will say you have to repeat that signal. If a signal is with line judges also not seen, then they will cross the forearms across the chest. They will say justice impossible. They don't know anything. You can't give any decisions. Likewise. Now next, the last chapter is official hand signal. This is also important for your examinations. Referees hand signals and line judges hand signals. What are the signals they have to give? You have to write. They may ask question, what is the signal for team to serve? Like a form T, like a show the team side right hand, then palm up towards the body. Likewise, I will tell next class. Good morning class. Stay safe, stay home.